Hey everybody, it's Mr. Haas, and I'm so excited to be joining you again this week as we complete and work on our Humphrey project, our STEM project. Hopefully, you and your family are having a good time so far. I know it feels like it's taking a little time to get going, but these first steps in the engineering design process are very, very important because it'll save us time when we actually go and get our chance to build. So just keep that in mind. The building part is coming. So today I want to talk to you about the next step, which comes after the brainstorming part of the engineering design process, and that is the design part. And in this part, this is where you take all of your ideas that you've been brainstorming and thinking about, and now you actually start to put it down on paper. So what you want to do this week is actually draw out your design. And when we say draw it out, just don't draw a picture of it, but also label the different parts and possibly start thinking about what you're going to make each section or each part of your cage out of. So remember what the problem is. The problem is Humphrey can escape, right? And as engineers, that's the problem that we've identified. It's not the problem in the book, but it's the problem that we identified and that we want to help to fix. So we are trying to create an escape-proof cage for Humphrey, one that he cannot get out of. So that's our problem. And you've brainstormed some ideas, and now we will begin our designing. So as you're designing, think about how big it's going to be. Think about what materials you're going to make it out of. This would be a good time to start thinking about what you have at home that you could build your cage out of, because you're going to be using stuff from home. And you can use anything from home. It will be returned to you after you turn in the project. We're not going to keep it. We'll make sure that if it's anything like Legos or Connects or something like that, that we give you your project back. So designing, so important. Okay. Now, in class, a lot of kids, when they do the designing part, they make this really teeny tiny little picture, which is very hard to follow. Remember, the point of drawing the design is that when you start building next week, you'll be able to look back at your drawing and your plan, and you'll be able to know what to do. It's kind of like you're making the instructions for yourself. Now, your ideas might change once you start building, and that's fine, but this is your initial plan. And if you really want to, you could do two plans. You could do a plan A and a plan B with your design if you would like. So, again, this week is all about making that design. Make sure it's a nice big picture so you can easily see what you've drawn. Make sure that you label it with either what the parts are or even the materials you might use to build that design eventually. And make sure you're having lots of fun. Okay, so use your imagination, be creative, use what last week when you did your brainstorming, take that brainstorming, those ideas that you've came up with, and use those, and now start taking them from the list of the brainstormed ideas and now start to put it into a picture, a design. And you might even want to think about drawing the picture from a few different angles, since you're going to be drawing it in 2D and you'll be building it in 3 dimensions. So in class, we usually do a top view and a side view. So we think about how it might look from 2 different angles. So keep that in mind. Think about that as you are building this week. And I hope you and your family are having lots of fun. And I'm getting excited to see these. So make sure you check back in next week. We're in one of our last steps in the engineering design process next week. So do some good work this week with the design, and it will pay off when you go to do your building next week. Good luck and have fun.